Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Martinsville Speedway here. Chris was trying to talk there for just a second, but it seems like he is having some audio issues, so while we're getting that settled out, we're going to go ahead and just get you set up and ready here for what's going to be an absolute barn burner. I feel like this is going to be a night that we're going to see a lot of tensions come out. We're going to see a lot of guys that have to get it tonight, man. Next week is the championship, Chris. Can you believe that? We're already about to... No, Chris can't talk right now. I'm over here already forgetting about that. But next week's already the championship. I mean, we're about to be so close to setting our Final Four here tonight. I mean, we are within mere just moments from going and racing and setting our round of four. I mean, our championship four, I should say. I mean, this is going to be absolutely insane here tonight. I'm expecting fireworks. I think the 8 drivers that come in, we've got I think 4 drivers that all have to do some crazy stuff, man. There is some points mayhem. I know Chris has got everything worked out, but once he gets his mic fixed out, he's going to explain everything about that. But as we're going through right here, it looks like we don't got any drivers out on the track currently. Looks like we've only had 7 drivers so far set a lap, but I just can't, explain or, express how much tonight is going to be crazy. You fans know. I know we've had fans here watch Martinsville races probably longer than I've been alive. They know what it's like to get here, Martinsville, and get on that wheel. I mean, it is constant sawing on that wheel to the left. Little to no banking here. And if you get up on that curb you see right there in 3 and 4, 1 and 2, it can spell disaster for your night. I mean, the outside lane can work here. We've seen fireworks in real life races here over the years. And like I said, I just don't expect anything less here tonight. We've got a talented field that has worked their butt off. Some guys that have worked their butt off and they've gotten themselves into a little bit of a crappy situation later in the year. They are here tonight to try to prevail. We've got some guys that got to just go out there and flat out win it to get in, and we've got some guys that are going to have to finish in front of other people to even get in. It's just going to be fun. It's going to be one of those nights that really put all the names in a jar, shake it up. You just put your hand in that jar and pull out. You can be grabbing a winner here tonight. This is going to be where everybody puts all that hard work, all that effort. Man, we've seen a lot of hot laps here in practice, and I'm expecting to see some guys come out here with absolute intensity. Daniel Worthington, he's set the fastest lap so far, 19.680 from him. Looks like Jason Bridges has got himself up in 4th place, 20.10 on that 34 machine. As we'll ride around with him to see if he sets a 19.977. That should up him. Nope, none. That's just going to hold him right there. He's basically set the same lap time.
Bobby All Jr. moving himself up into that 2nd position. But Josh, I have got it working. I am here. Nobody on track right now. We will go ahead.
We still have no more drivers out on the track. So those little bit of drivers we were going through were your drivers. Need to actually unmute my radio here. I can see driver.
Yeah, Josh, sorry about that. I did get my audio fixed, though. No drivers currently out on the tracks. We'll go ahead and we'll get those points pulled up and let everybody know what we were talking about.
Hold on.
Must be getting word from race control.
Okay, so let me explain to you. Jason said they were setting up the session earlier, and there were some setup issues. He said it was not letting them allow them to, you know how it is when you set up a server, Chris. You have to set the truck setups manually in the session, creator. So he was saying there was an issue. It wasn't letting them put the Martinsville setups until they added, so say he just added the Toyota Tundra. Then he wanted to try to make the setup for it. It wouldn't let him put any setup on it until they added, let's say, a Ford or a Chevy. And then they were allowing them to put the setups. And he even said that Brian Terry also went back through. They both double-checked it. All the cars said it was for their Martinsville setups. And when they launched the session, I think 1 or 2 of the cars aren't loading and aren't uploading, or maybe all 3 of them. I'm not sure. I didn't catch which cars it was, if it was, all of them. But I just know we're having some setup issues. We're restarting the session. So just give us a minute, and we'll be right back with it. We just got to reset here.
All right, we're going to go back to the intro real quick, get this reset and start it over.
Yeah, we'll be right back with you. All right, and we welcome you back. Sorry about that. We did have a little bit of issues with the server. We did had to reset that. Just a little bit of iRacing funkiness, but just car setups not wanting to load correctly. But we are back. The drivers all are back on equal playing field, and it looks like we're requalifying. Did see that. It's probably why a lot of drivers didn't qualify in the first session. Looks like Robert Richards 19.56. We know the short track ace. If he's going to get it done anywhere, Robert Richards is going to get it done here tonight. David Brackett, he is shown a lot of speed this season. Brackett is a race winner this year, and man, I gotta say, he picked up the Truck Series win. I want to say like a week after Wyatt picked up the Cup Series win. So father son doing it the best they can. Man, that's what you like to see, them boys out there getting on the wheel. But Wes Wiggin, he's gonna roll his way around 1 and 2. It's good to see all the drivers back in. Definitely got a lot more qualifiers this time. I think we only had like 8-9 people take to the track. Now we've already got 7, and we've already got 3 more out on the track right now. So we're definitely going to see pretty sure a lot more qualifiers. As it looks like Akamai Proctor has made his way into the session. He was in the old session on accident. Had to go tell him to now finally here, and it looks like he is going to get out on track probably in a moment. Maybe not. We'll see. Some drivers we know will sandbag the qualifying. Some of them probably not. That are in the playoffs. Maybe not wanting to get up there and impede some of these playoff drivers. We'll see how they play it out there. These boys are allowed to be on the track. They pay their subscription. They pay their charters. They're supposed to be here and race. So we'll see how the non-playoff drivers take to the playoff drivers. If we're going to see any mayhem. We know Bluegrass is definitely a mound for some mayhem around this championship series, Chris, or championship season right here at the end. And we know this is where, if it's going to unwind between these drivers, they're going to unwind it now. We saw it last season, and we'll see it this season maybe. But I think with these drivers got a lot bigger better heads on their shoulders than they did last season. We had a lot of guys mature, and we had a lot of new drivers come in. So I'm expecting to see a lot cleaner of a championship run in here. I still think we're going to see not necessarily tensions. I don't think a lot of these truck guys have much problems with each other. They're never really too crazy with each other. But I think there is tension that builds up. That fake tension in your head. You see some guy, and I don't like Taylor Peacock. He's been holding me off for the last 10 laps, even though Taylor has no idea what you're talking about. It's just like things like that. We might see a little bit of tension come out here tonight, and if we do, I think it's going to be all for a good show, Chris. Short track racing, championship setting forward, and then the next week, and you've got to send the points because, man, I know it is an absolute mess what you've got to do to get into the Final Four here tonight.
Yeah, one of the things that I was going to point out right before we heard the session was all kerfuffled there was a lot of these drivers are tied for 5th place. So you've got Taylor Peacock right now, who's currently sitting in that first position in front of Joey Doucette, who is on the cut line himself. So we'll go through those points here in just 1 second. Once these drivers get qualified in here, we'll talk about it and get everybody squared away with what's going on and how we're actually going to be watching this race tonight. So right now we'll see Akamai Proctor bringing it around. Good, like Josh said, good to see him get into the right session. Don't want to see our Hawaiian friend get caught out on the outside. So it's good to see him get into the right session. Bobby Hall Jr., though, your last week's race winner, looking for him to do something good here tonight as well. He moved himself all the way up into that 2nd position in points. But, man, big lockup there going into that corner. That's something we're going to watch out for going into tonight. A lot of these drivers, they're really used to driving around each other. You're like, oh, like you were saying, it's not that anybody is going to be upset with each other. It's just this track brings out the worst in you because you have to be on point at all time. You have to stay focused or you can end up rear-ending somebody and ruining your race and taking out 7 or 8 cars in the process.
And that's kind of part of this track. You have to be kind of a passive aggressor. When you see that opportunity, you have to pounce. And sometimes that pouncing means if the guy goes up a half a lane and you get that little bit of a window to the inside and you've been trying to pass him for the last 30, you guys might make some door bang. You guys might hit, quarter panel to door or something, get a little bit of contact. But that's Martinsville, man. And if you can't take that, then you probably shouldn't put those harnesses on, get in that helmet, and sit in that seat right now, because this is going to be a track that's going to push a lot of these drivers to the edge. But and keeping that mirror out of your mind. I know people want to look up in that mirror, but trust your spotter here. If you've got a live spotter, you've got to trust what your spotter is saying here at a track like Martinsville. You cannot get caught slipping looking up in that mirror, or you're going to do exactly what that 42 did, but in race trim and 12 cars trending you on the inside. It can be definitely a track that catches you off. Chris, but you've got to explain those points just a little bit more. I don't think we got to it all the way.
Yeah, here we go. We'll go ahead and get those points pulled up for you on the screen as we're looking at it right now. Doug Neal is currently your points leader, so looking like he's pretty good, but Bobby Hall Jr. 5 points behind him. So in second place is Bobby Hall Jr. Alex Healey. He's moved himself up into that third position as well, up 4 positions from where he was last week. So Alex Healey doing a lot better. Joey Doucette is sitting on that cut line. So if you, as you see, there's only 4 points separating Joey Doucette and Jason Bridges, Daniel Worthington, and Taylor Peacock. So right now, we're going to be watching Jason Bridges, Daniel Worthington, and Taylor Peacock, because if any of those drivers finish 3 positions in front of Joey Doucette's out. That is what Joey Doucette has to basically, and this is what comes into Joey Doucette and Robert Richards. Pretty much, if they want to be in this race, they have to win it. Joey Doucette, if Robert Richard wins, he's out. If Robert Richard wins, then he's locked in, and then you're probably looking at Doug Neal, Bobby Hall Jr., Alex Healey, and Robert Richards. But Robert Richards has to basically win the stage and then win the race to be able to walk away next week into the championship 4. So like I said, we're going to be watching those 3 drivers, Jason Bridges, Daniel Worthington, and Taylor Peacock. And, well, actually 4 with Joey Doucette and Robert Richards as well. So 5 if you want to get technical. It's going to be kind of crazy here tonight because, like I said, these drivers just have to finish 3 positions ahead of Joey Doucette at the stage and at the end of the race to be able to walk away with that and Joey Doucette get knocked out. So this is going to be really crazy mixed up here tonight.
Oh yeah, indeed, Chris. It's going to be an absolute show. The fans, you're not going to want to miss it. I mean, LNS Customs, ButtKicker, all of our sponsors and fans, they have brought just an absolute show of a season. Kenner Performance Group and Barber Ford Motorsports, we've got some good payouts, we've got some good championship, possibilities. It's gonna be fun, man. I think we're gonna see some guys that you did not expect to see going into the Final Four next week going in, and I think somebody here tonight is gonna make some type of move that is really gonna make a statement, or is going to be just that what you're not going to be able to forget. One of those moves is just like, oh man, that's going to be one of those ones you're going to talk about for a while. So I think there's going to be a statement made tonight in this truck series, and I think somebody or whoever wins is going to win in absolutely dominating fashion. And I think Taylor Peacock, Joey Doucette, and Robert Richards, Alex Healey, Doug Neal, all 5 of those drivers just right there in the top 5 right now, I could already see all of them walking away with victory lane. Not even to add in to Ed Osborne right behind him, the guy that's consistent all season. But we're riding on board with Jason Bridges here. I saw he dropped due to upload packet loss. He did reconnect. He does have a minute here left in qualifying. He'll be fine to get his 2 laps here in before he has to go. Just a little bit rushed here, so we'll see how he wills it off. But I think Chris has a word.
Yeah, just if you watch, if you saw when he was going down the straightaway, you just see how short those straightaways are. You don't have any time to think at a track like this. That's something that you have to watch out for too. These drivers are going to have to really be on their A game to be able to get this set up. So, Josh, this is going to be a very interesting race to sit here and watch. I am so excited to get this going here in the next 15 seconds.
Yeah, and it looks like Jason Bridges, with the time he was sitting in practice, he would have only qualified himself 3 more positions. It looks like he didn't set the lap he wanted to, 20.037. It looks like we're about 2 seconds here away from qualifying ending, and we're about to get to the race, Chris. We're about to see our championship 4 be set here within a matter of 150 laps. My heart just sank. I feel like I'm about to grit up. I feel it for these drivers, man. This is about to be some white knuckle racing, man. These boys, gloves off, get up on that steering wheel and be ready to saw, man. You're going to be sawing on that wheel for 150 laps here at Martinsville. Things are about to get intense.
Yeah, track temperature right now, 76 degrees. The outside temperature, 71 degrees. So it's kind of a cool track out here. This track can kind of eat up that right rear if if you're really leaning on it, and that right front, you can really burn it up, getting on that brakes really hard. So it's going to be one of those things to watch out for. A lot of track temperatures. It should be dropping as the night goes on, but you shouldn't really see it drop down below 60 degrees. But we're going to go ahead and get to the grid here as these drivers are getting gridded up.
Yeah, it does look like we have a majority of our grid out on the track, and it's going to be Taylor Peacock, one of those drivers that needs to win here tonight. He is sitting in that P1 spot to roll off the grid. It's going to be Joey Doucette, another one of those drivers that needs a fantastic night here tonight, rolling off P2. Robert Richards, he's going to start here tonight, P3, with Alex Healey in that 4th place position. Doug Neal going to roll out P5, excuse me, I just said P7, P5, with Ed Osborne in that P6 spot. Christopher Blanchard, he is going to start in P7. Man, that 99 of Josh Clemens, nice looking new race truck. He's going to start here tonight in P8. West Wiggin, he's going to be here in that 5th row, P9, with David Brackett on his outside in P10. P11, going to be Logan T. Smith with Daniel Worthington in that 12th spot. 13th, going to go to Bobby Hall Jr., with 14th going to Jason Bridges. 15th, going to be Akamai Proctor, with 16th going to Travis Twitty. Ron Morris Jr. going to sit 17th. And then Josh Lockwood, he is going to round out your field here tonight in that 18th position. So good to see 18 beautiful Bluegrass race trucks take to the round of 8. Closing off here, Chris. This is the cutoff race. We're going championship racing next week. That championship, that's not on the mind. You got to make it to that race first with that playoff banner still on the truck. We're going to see some drivers definitely putting it on the line here. I'm going to wonder if Taylor Peacock is going to expect a big move here from Joey Doucette, because it's almost like Formula One here at a short track, especially at Martinsville. You want to hit that start perfect. Try to get in front of your guy, get that clean air, and get that rhythm going. Being trapped behind somebody can really get that. Yeah, I see a big lock up there from the 48, but being behind that guy can really mess with your your rhythm, your flow. We'll see if Joey Doucette tries to make a big move here. But that pace car, she's off the track, baby. The 81, the 16, they're bringing us around turn 3, turn 4, and hitting the restart zone here in just a moment. The white stripe on the track, green flag is out. We are racing. Here comes Taylor Peacock. Whoa, Joey Doucette, bad start. Yeah,
bad start from Joey Doucette
up there. Whoa, I think Joey just might have got contact. They're around. Joey around. He's going to save it. Doug Neal still driving.
Yeah, Joey Doucette, man. Oh, goodness. There early on, Joey Doucette just looks like maybe didn't get the truck in gear right.
Might have fired off wrong, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to go back here in just a moment and check what happened. But up here in front, Robert Richards, Taylor Peacock, this is going to be 2 drivers to watch out for as well.
And already a 2-second gap to Alex Healey.
Yeah, we saw that bad jump there on that restart. That could have really spelled disaster for a lot of drivers early on, but the stage break won't be until lap 60. So we'll have to go back and ride on board there with that Joey Doucette machine. But that's really bad for Joey. He's sitting on that cut line, and you see the 99 getting a little out of sorts there. David Brackett going to get around him. But Joey, man, that was a really bad thing. We'll go back here and see if I can find that marker for it. Go back here and check that.
Yeah, definitely not what you want on the initial start of the race, man. Green flag dropped. You've had all this practice, all the qualifying that you ran good. Alex Healey, fastest man on the track in race trim last time by. Let's see right here, Joey Doucette. Let's see how he fires off. It didn't go in gear. Yeah, he definitely did in gear or something.
So we're going back live here just to make sure what was going on there with Joey Doucette. As you see, did not get it in gear. But it looks like he's already starting to make up some time. He's already up on the back bumper of that 88 of Joey Doucette. We see Doug Neal had that little bit of contact. Doesn't look like he's got any front damage, or excuse me, this is Ed Osborne. Doesn't look like, yeah, it does actually look like he's got a little bit of damage on that front end. But here at a track like Martinsville,
nothing that's going to kill him, yeah.
That's nothing that really matters. Even Joey Doucette could pretty much have that truck completely destroyed and still make speed out here as long as the RPMs are good.
Yeah, and I was going to say the only thing you got to worry about at a track like Martinsville with that front end damage is you just don't want to make the truck overheat over time. West Wiggin, big drive in behind that 19 of Christopher Blanchard. You see some yellow banners here in the back of the field, Chris. As you see,
Joey Doucette.
16 of Joey Doucette just gave Wiggin the bumper.
Yeah, just a big bump there from the 16. Maybe that's what we were talking about, Josh. Everybody on different driving patterns, different braking zones. Joey Doucette probably is in his head right now, just getting a little upset with himself. Maybe just overextending that zone just a little bit further than he wants to. Oh, you saw it there. He almost gave him another shot. Man, Joey Doucette probably not liking what he's seeing in front of him. We're going to go back on board here with your 2 leaders, the 81 of Taylor Peacock. And like we were saying, Robert Richards, your last place position in points. He has to pretty much win this thing to set himself into those points. And, Joey Doucette right now is really having to claw back and fight back right now.
Caution
is out.
Who is it?
Looks like Rod Morris Jr. Yeah, coming out of the corner.
76 of Ron Morris Jr. around.
See if we
You'll
can
see him just get it locked down. He will be able to pass back around. He's going to get behind the 94. Might have just gotten on the gas a little bit too early here. Just spun those rear tires on exit.
Yep,
yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Good save, though. Good save.
That was a good save. And we'll actually ride back on board with him. So that way you can just pretty much see it from his point of view. You know, you say, oh, how did he get it loose? But the banking is just ever so slight there. If you come out of that.
He shifted. He shifted,
too.
He shifted as well. He went down to third.
Okay,
realistically,
so
I don't. Are these guys? A lot of these guys going down a gear like that?
I don't know. I was wondering if the drivers are downshift. You know, every driver does things different. You know, some people
that's like a Milwaukee Mile thing for me. I'm not gonna lie. Every car I've ever drove at Martinsville never downshifted. I just keep it in high gear and keep it on that low lane. You ain't passing me, baby, unless you give me that bumper. You best believe I'm either saving it or I'm wrecking it back into you. But
well, somebody that's really enjoying this caution right now is that 16 of Joey Doucette.
16 of Joey Doucette for real, yeah.
Yeah, you see that left side is a little banged up there, but, you know, hey, as we got this caution, what we'll do is we'll actually go back and watch that whole situation unfold here for Joey Doucette, just so that way we can see what happened with him since we were trying to, you know, just pay attention to what was going on in the race. You see, he's getting fired off.
Quick. See how he's just stuck in gear. It's like he couldn't get it to shift. And then the 77 comes flying in and just gives him the bumper to the quarter panel. And then it was pretty much just, he had to recover.
At that point, it's probably Doug Neal not expecting him to be that slow in the corner. And you know, at that point, you're on, you know, you're going. So you got to go. And you see the 16.
You see him check out.
But it looks like maybe Joey was just going a little slower than Doug Neal was anticipating. And you know, it got him sideways, got him mixed up a little bit there, but this caution will help Joey, you know, able to, you know, these caution breaks, gives you a second to go, okay, I'm going to calm down and I'm going to, you know, just figure it out, because I will say the most stressful racing is at a track like this.
Yeah, I will say, you could definitely tell after the 16 fired off wrong, had that little bit of an incident there with Doug Neal. It seemed like he was just not necessarily in his head, but you could tell he was just a little frustrated or something. He was definitely pushing that car. And, you know, we never see Joey extend that bumper, and he was absolutely almost knocking the back bumper off that 88 for a moment, it looked like. Maybe not as hard. It doesn't look like he has much damage, so I will say probably just the 16 driving it into the absolute limit, almost looking like he's going to touch the 88. He did make some contact a little bit, but it seemed like what Joey was doing was just in his head saying, I got to make it up. I got to make it up. I got to get back up there. Like you said, Chris, he's going to have a moment here to relax, get back, you know, behind it, you know, his zone. Think about what's going on. His spotter can tell him, look, man, calm down. We'll get the position. You're faster than these guys in front of you in race speed here. Just let them burn their equipment up. You'll get past them eventually. Back of the field, going to get caught up here. And we are getting told for the restart box. Make sure you're in the restart box when you fire off. We don't want no early jumps here. But it is going to be Taylor Peacock. He's doing what he did earlier, but this time with the 48. We'll see if we have any issues on this restart as they're going to pull up to the restart box here. It is going to be the green flag.
48 stacked up.
Yeah, 48 fired off a little late there. Yeah. Not as bad. Not a bad get. Oh,
whoa, a little bit of a bump there.
77 now making door-to-door contact out of turn 2.
And Osborne, man, this is what we were talking about. These are where the sparks are going to fly. Everything's going to kind of be thrown out the window here. As you see, man, it's just a chaos, a gaggle of race cars back there. As you see, Alex Healey now getting single-filed behind Taylor Peacock. Robert Richards is now falling back to that 3rd position. A bad restart there from that 48. Really uncharacteristic from him. Normally, Robert Richards is on top of those restarts. Doug Neal did fall back to that 4th position. And then right now, Wes Wiggin on the inside of the 42 of Ed Osborne. You're going to see him go around past.
He wanted to cut it down there in front of that David Brackett machine. Looks like he backed off. Ever since that Doug Neal machine and him made contact, it looked like he either gave the turn to Doug or just backed out because he knew he was in a bad situation. And it seems like then he's just been trying to recover ever since he made contact. We know Ed's fast at these short tracks. I'm sure we'll see him get back in his rhythm. He is going to get back down in front of that Samuel Adams 38 of David Brackett, and he's going to keep rolling here. But getting up here in front of the lead, whoa, Robert Richards, big drive in there. As Alex Healey, man, I got to say, Healey has been one of those drivers here. He's, you know, I'm stuttering. What is something we can call him? That's all I was trying to say.
I mean, I always say Mr.
He's one of those guys that Mr. Consistent, but Chris, you know, he's been one of those guys that early season, he had speed. He's always been consistent and had good positions, but Alex has been caught up in such the mess when he really needed not to, you know? And then all of a sudden here, he snuck his way into the round of 16, snuck his way into the round of 12, then got back-to-back podiums, got his way in comfortably into the round of 8, and now here he is, second place behind Taylor Peacock, who has to get a good finisher, and just watched high. He was mirror driving. Alex Healey coming. They're going to go to the bottom of the track, and Healey's going to say, you opened up that door. At the 81, he's going to open it up. Contact.
Sending him around.
And I'm going to have to say that's all on, yeah. I think that might have been the 81 extending that a little bit. I think he should have gave that corner. I mean, he opened up that door a lot. They both got down in there hard.
You saw a big hit there from Wes Wiggin to that back bumper of the 81. Probably just did not get it slowed down in time. We'll go back here and check, though.
Yeah, I mean, the 97 did do, like, he got the Schumacher squeeze down to the backstretch wall. Let's see.
See, right here, Taylor Peacock, man, he is really...
I mean, it is an ambitious drive-in from the 97, I'll say, but it looks like he got his car stuck, maybe? No.
Looks like the 97...
I don't know, Chris. Now I got to reiterate it a little bit. I think the 97 might have not made that corner a little bit, and he did go up into the 81 just a tad. Let's see.
So let's ride on board here with Robert Richards and see if we can... Oh, that camera's not working.
Looks like we're going through every camera we have. There we go. We got slow motion? Yeah, there we go. Because look right there, the 97 starts washing up like he's not going to make the corner all the way.
Yeah, you see the 97 slowly drifts up the corner. Oh, and then the 81 just gets into it.
I will say the 81 gave him the Schumacher squeeze, though, down the backstretch. Kind of got himself in that situation. We'll see how race control deems it. I'm not race control. I want to see what they say about this. This could be big. And what did I say about those? Tensions here tonight?
I see right now Jeffrey Babb in the Facebook chat saying the half mile of mayhem is striking and striking hard. Yes, sir, it is. Taylor Peacock, you saw him go around just then. He came down pit road, take a little bit of damage repair. You see Ed Osborne also coming down. Might have had a little bit of a bumper flare there. Christopher Blanchard coming down. You saw Wes Wiggin getting into the back end of the 81, and then Ron Morris Jr. having that spin early on. Probably just going to come down, get him a new fresh set of tires, and get himself back out there. Currently, he is, want to say, a lap down. He might be able to get out. Oh, very surprising that that pit lane was actually open with the cars that close. I have to see if he has to serve a black flag penalty, like an end-of-line penalty or something like that. But I know I did see the lights flashing red, so wondering if he did get out of the pits before or not. Let's actually back it up and see where he was.
I'm not sure. Jason extended the caution, so it just might be an error from where pit road was supposed to be closed right there for a moment, maybe, or something. I don't know. Because Jason definitely extended
green. Lights
the
were
caution.
green. Lights were green.
Yeah. I was going to say, Jason extended the caution, so there should be no reason why.
Okay. I was just making sure. I was going to say, man.
Still haven't had word from race control. Still just waiting to see if they have a verdict on it. I mean, they might just be letting the boys be boys tonight. Who knows?
Yeah, but right now, that 81, he's currently sitting in that 5th spot, tied. So he's got to get up there in that front. So that's really going to hurt him here early on. But we've seen him get that really fast drive. But right now, he's currently still sitting on pit lane. Don't know if he's taken a lot of damage repair, but that's really going to hurt him.
I wonder if he took some back left damage when he got smacked. You know, they have been updating the damage model on these trucks. Do you think maybe the truck was driving a little funny? I don't know. Wouldn't expect him to take this much damage repair, a track like Martinsville, but he's definitely in there.
So right on board here with Taylor Peacock just one more time. See,
I mean, he takes a shot from the 88 of Wes Wiggin here at the end of this wreck.
You see Wes trying to get out of the way, but, that's just one of those things. You're coming through that corner.
Let's watch him when he drives off. Does his truck drive funny or something? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's crabbing.
I told you, man. Man,
Oh,
What did I tell you?
that's a broken rear suspension right there. So that might be the end of Taylor Peacock's race right there. Oh, unfortunate there for that 81 of Taylor Peacock, man. Just took that big shot. You know, that was something, you know, me and my dad were actually talking about that very thing the other day. He was, we were watching a race together on here, one of the previous races that we did, and he was talking about how, you know, he sees the cars wreck, and, you know, they'll basically get T-boned, and then the next thing you know, they're still driving out there racing. Well, Dad, there you go. They definitely can take a shot and not drive anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a big thing in ARCA for a while. All right, hold on.
Sounds like we were getting a verdict in.
Racing incident has been the verdict. That's why the cautions have been so long. Race control's been.
I mean, honestly, to be fair, if it is a racing incident, that's a fair call. Because
Peacock has taken it to the hauler.
So Taylor Peacock to the hauler. His race is over. Unfortunate for that 81, but like we were saying, man, that's just a racing incident right there. That's one of those things that, you know, it's not that that Alex Healey did it on purpose. You know, he didn't wreck him on purpose. It's just you saw that the 81 was pinching him down there really hard on that bottom lane. So it's just one of those things where both of those
so bad, man, for Taylor.
Both of those drivers were really fighting hard for that position, and that's what happens at a track like this.
Taylor's worked his absolute butt off, man. And I know that I'm not going to say anything about him in the Alex Healey incident. I know Wes Wiggin wasn't meaning to at all to probably hit him. You know, it was just one of those coming around the corner, and it's just you hope that, man, if you just think about it, he spun around. If Wiggin or somebody doesn't get him, if Taylor just sits a little bit more sideways, faces, you know, just a little bit more to the, you know, gets hit the door, maybe he can carry on. Man, just think about that. All your season's hard work for
Robert Richards getting a little fishy back there.
Man.
But
I
Josh,
hate that, man.
Look at this. Look at who has moved himself back up into that third position on the inside lane of that 48 of Robert Richards is that 16 of Joey Doucette. They're just going to show you that Joey Doucette is not out of this race yet. He's trying to do his best. He is also one of those short track ringers as well. So, you know, like we were saying, a lot of these drivers out here that are in this front pack are really good short track drivers. But, man, Alex Healey now, he's got that clean air in front of him. You see he's starting to slowly pull away from Doug Neal, who got the tail end there of, who was that? Joey Doucette, actually. Got the tail end of Joey Doucette. So we'll see maybe if we have, who was that, the 22, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick incident.
It wasn't Kevin Harvick.
Oh, who was it? I'm sorry.
I can't remember now. You said Matt Kenseth.
Matt Kenseth, that's who it was.
You said Kevin Harvick, and it completely confused me.
Yeah,
I forgot names. You might be thinking of Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott. Oh, well.
Oh, Joey Doucette getting a little squiggly back there. Looks like the 38 of David Brackett trying to make a move, but we're going to go see Bobby Hall Jr. has moved himself up 6 positions now, so he is slowly trekking his way up through the field. But as I say that, it looks like David Brackett was going to make a move on the inside of that 16 of Joey Doucette, but Joey Doucette cut that off real quick and said, nope, you're not getting past me, man. Right now, Alex Healey is currently sitting out in that lead position. Look at that. He's already got about a second gap over him and Doug Neal. So Alex Healey is trying to make this gap as much as he can. He's got 25 laps to that stage break, so he's just trying his best to hang on as much track time and track position as he can. Whoa, Robert Richards getting a little loose back there.
Yeah, like he was trying to open it up, but thought he was going to open it up to the back bumper there for a second. It looks like Alex Healey's starting to pull away a little bit here, but Doug Neal, Robert Richards, they are going to hang on here, man. They're going to keep it rolling. And that's one playoff driver now that, you know, you hate to say it this way, but they don't got to worry about with Taylor Peacock.
Yeah, like we were saying, man, you know, it's just unfortunate for, you know, you know, that 81 of Taylor Peacock, man. You know, it's just one of those things you just gotta, you know, you gotta just look at it and go, man, it's just one of those things you can't help. I know how that feels.
48 is having 48, a lot of issues.
Yeah, I was about to say that same thing, Josh.
That right rear looks like it is eaten up. He's trying to turn that car into the corner, and it's just like that rear end's coming around every time. Look at how tight he's getting up the track, too. I would assume his right sides are definitely feeling it. Robert Richards might be eating up in his equipment here in this long run they've had. So that's something to look out for here. If they stay green here in the late run, Robert Richards might be a guy that's going to have to adapt, because right now he's starting to lose a little bit of that gap to Doug Neal, and you can definitely tell he's struggling on that wheel because something in that race car is just not right at the moment. Probably just like we were saying, eating up those right sides a lot, with that aggressiveness in the early stage. It looks like right now he's getting it rolled back under him, and we know Robert is a short track ace, man. He's very good at these short tracks where he's always shown his speed. Just looks like right now he might be getting a little bit over ambitious. I think he'll be right up there fighting back with Doug Neal for a stage.
Yeah, Joey Doucette looks like he's starting to slowly fall back just a little bit.
Should I say a better stage finish? Excuse me.
David Brackett looks like he's trying to get up around Joey Doucette right now. Not currently battling for a points position is that 38. But right now, Josh Clemens right behind him, and then the other points guy is that 94 of Bobby Hall Jr. currently sitting in that second position in points. So he's got to try to get a good finish out of here because, like we were saying, Josh, a lot of these drivers, they've only got to finish a couple of points ahead of these guys. You see Josh Clemens looks like he might have had a little bit of a hiccup there. Going to go ahead and pull it down pit lane. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and pull it down.
And that's a nice looking truck the 99 has tonight, I got to say.
That is a very nice looking truck. That J2R truck looks very good out there on that build. Alex Healey looks like he's slowly starting to catch. I want to say that is the 95 of Josh Lockwood. That is who he is currently catching right now. Doug Neal looks like, man, he's still under attack from Robert Richards. He's not letting it up. If that 48 is trying anything, he is trying to get in that 77's head and trying to make him mess up because right now, like you were saying in qualifying, Josh, that's something that these drivers cannot do. They cannot look up in that rearview mirror because if they start looking up in that rearview mirror, that's whenever it starts getting into their head, and then the next thing you know, you're missing your corners every time.
Exactly, and you got to be careful too when you're in Robert Richards' shoes right now. It's all easy to say, oh, he's going to get up there and put the pressure on him, but sometimes putting the pressure on that driver puts more pressure on you. You start realizing that you're a little bit over ambitious on your braking sometimes, or you miss a corner exit and you think, oh, I got to make that gap up back instantly, and next thing you know, you're all the way up into the turn 2 wall and you're thinking, where did I go wrong? It's just, you got to stay in a rhythm yourself. You can't allow, just seeing that driver pull it too. Whoa, did Robert Richards just get loose on corner entry? No, he just made a big drive in though. I'm not sure what I saw. As soon as the camera switched, it looked like it might have just freaked out the way it was, swapping cameras. But that 48 had a big drive in there. They're catching that lap traffic. He's going to get a little bit of that advantage being able to use that low lane all the way through basically 2 corner exit. He's going to be right back behind that 77. He looks like he is going to close up just a little bit. That Doug Neal machine kind of arcing that corner a little bit. But as he is battling here with this 48 of Robert Richards, Alex Healey is just up there eating ice cream, chilling his way possibly to a stage victory here tonight.
Yeah, we've got currently 13 laps to that stage break, so 12 whenever we get around this next time by. So it'll be at the end of lap 60. But you see right now, the gap is slowly starting to close up, Josh. Doug Neal has now made up an entire second in one corner on that 97. He was 2 seconds behind him. He is now under a second to that 97 Alex Healey. Wonder if he's having a little bit of issue. Looks like that truck's kind of stepping out from under him.
Yeah, it looks like he could now be fighting that right front. When it steps out and goes up the track like that, usually that means you've ate that right front up. You can't turn the race truck in. That's the push, the plow, whatever you want to call it. Realistically, it's just understeer, but us rednecks, we like to call it anything but what it's actually called. So you get that push, you get that dump truck feeling almost in it. So that 97 might be experiencing that. It's flip-flopped. It went from a 20.35 for Alex Healey and a 20.2 for Doug Neal, and now it's literally flipped those exact lap times between the two that last time. It looks like now Alex Healey might be picking it up here with 10 to go to the stage.
Yeah, maybe had a little bit of hiccup, that 97. He might have just been getting into the corner. Like you said, sometimes you get in, you start looking at that rear view and you're like, okay, how far are they? Then you're like, oh God, I got to stop. That's how it is. It's just one of those things where if you take your mind off of it for 1 split second, it can really wreak havoc on you.
That's why I say if you've got that virtual mirror on, turn it off.
Whoa! I mean, it's Robert Richards getting loose.
It's great to have a mirror. You're probably thinking, Josh, you're an idiot. Why would I want to turn that virtual mirror off? Because unless they say inside, you don't worry about what's behind you. If they give you that bumper and get you loose, you go back in on the other end of the track and you do that same thing to them. That's how I feel about Martinsville, baby. So it's one of those things, man. You just cannot not look at that mirror or get caught just lacking. I mean, that is one thing you cannot do. You saw the 81 got caught lacking just a little bit. The 97 had that big run to the inside, the 81 had to pinch him to try to make up for it off that little bit of a hiccup out of turn 1 and 2, getting high on the track. And all in all, it comes back to the Taylor Peacock machine getting hit by a car that's not even fighting for a championship after getting spun out under caution because of just being over aggressive. These guys just, that happens at Martinsville. No, I'm not talking about Alex Healey fighting for the championship. I was talking about Wes Wiggin.
Okay.
No, sorry. Okay. Chris. Yeah, no, I wasn't reiterating that Alex Healey wasn't. I'm saying he got hit when the caution was out by a car that wasn't even racing for the championship. All because those boys were fighting for the lead right there hard within the first 25 laps of the race. So that just shows you that Martinsville brings out the tension, and especially with all this playoff tension, man. These guys inside that race helmet, and it's going to come to show here. I mean, it's going to come to show. You're going to see those moves be made here.
Yeah, it sounds like we're having a little bit of issue with the Bluegrass Discord. So if you hear Josh skipping a little bit, we do apologize. I do hear him skipping every now and then. So if it's the same for y'all, sorry. But sounds like the Bluegrass Discord is having a little bit of an issue.
I think I know what it is. I had automatic sensitivity on in Discord. That's what I usually use. But if it was cutting me out, I will turn it off. So
okay, yeah.
Do I sound better now?
You sound better now.
Mike's in the same place and everything. I don't know, man. Discord's just weird.
Look at that, Josh, though. Robert Richards starting to slowly fall off of Doug Neal. And look at that. Doug Neal has now got it under 0.8 of a second. We've got 2 laps, technically 3, to that stage break. So this is where Doug Neal's going to really have to put the pressure on that 97 if that 97's got it in him.
And they're starting to catch Blanchard there. The man they're about to get the stage trophy, reward money from. He's right there in front of them. They're probably telling him, Blanchard, I got to win your stage. Get out of my way. As they're coming to the green-white checkered this next time by. It'll be lap number 60, the end of lap 60. As you see, though, 97 a little bit loose. But I don't think Blanchard's going to be in effect in this stage race. I think he's actually going to stay on the lead lap here. They're not. I thought they were catching him at a more excessive rate. Doesn't look like they are. But coming here to lap 60, white flag for the green-white checkered. We'll see if Doug Neal's anything left in the tank, but it would have to be absolute heroics here into turn 2 and into turn 3 for him to make anything up. 0.8. No way it's happening unless the 97 just has a big problem here. And nope, never mind. Green-white checkered out. And there it is, the 97 of Alex Healey out of turn 4. Will grab it. York Blanchard's towing. Stage win.
They probably went ahead through it because of the way the pace car is here. We would have to
it'll get people called up. Yeah, you have to come to a dead stop.
Yeah,
on the
you'll
back
basically
stretch.
have to come to a dead stop on the back stretch. Yep.
And it is very dangerous because we have had accidents under those cautions. And I've seen accidents here at Martinsville with people not even trying. Alex Healey not coming down pit road.
Well, Josh, we can go ahead and grab him if you want and see if that was a play there or if maybe he just missed pit lane. But right now, Doug Neal, Robert Richards, Joey Doucette, David Brackett, Bobby Hall Jr., Logan Smith, Daniel Worthington, Jace Brett, the whole field coming down pit lane. See if Alex Healey decides to come back down now. Might be doing a little bit of a tire save, but I wouldn't see why. They have 5
No, he
sets
just
of tires.
said something about, it said pit road was closed for him or something. He's making his way. Man, he's going to fall all the way to the tail end of the line here.
So we'll have to see if they get it sorted out. But if we can go ahead once he gets done with this pit stop.
I mean, he's going to have to serve it now. You can't put him back ahead of the guys that just made up that position, right? And there's no way. I think he's going to have to just, this is the bed, and he's going to have to sleep in it. I mean, we'll see. The 97 is going to come around. We'll grab him after this. I know it's probably going to be not as an exciting stage interview now, but I'm sure we'll get a word from that Alex Healey machine and just see what he has to say. Maybe go to the tail end of the field. We'll see. He's going to get out in front of Ed Osborne and co. It looks like. Maybe not. No, he's coming past him now. All right. So we will go ahead and grab Alex Healey and have a word with your stage winner. Wait, are we about to go back to racing? I don't want to grab him if it's going to change. Nope, pace light's still off. Where's he at? Goodness gracious. There's so many channels in here, I don't see him. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for him. I don't see him. Unless I'm just trying. Yeah, I don't actually see him. He might not be in here right now. I'm going through one more time just to make sure. Yeah, we currently don't have him. He's probably just super focused, man. Understandable. We have been denied. I'm just kidding. We'll see Alex Healey work his way back to the field. I'll be Alex Healey right quick for you. I'll do the interview. Well, Alex, how was it, man? Well, I didn't get in pit road, and now I got to work my way back to the field, so let me get back to the racing, boys. Oh, thanks, Alex. That was your Blanchard Stowe and Stage interview. So, I don't see his channel. Jason says he was in Discord, but I do not see him at all. All right, well, we're going to go to an LNS Customs, turn it up here. I'm Loud Pedal, excuse me, and I'm going to see if I can find Alex Healey. So enjoy these sights and sounds while we get you these beautiful camera views here from Martinsville Speedway.
And it looks like we do have a caution out. Maybe David Brackett getting around there for a second. We welcome you back from that LNS Custom Loud Pedal. Looks like maybe David Brackett having a little bit of an incident. Like I said, get the marker pulled up here. We'll go back and check out what happened. David Brackett looks like he's got that 97 Alex Healey behind him. Let's see. Oh, big drive in there from Alex Healey again. Woo! 38 getting big old punterino there. Like we were saying, that's just one of those things that it comes down to the braking zones. You know, you're getting in a little harder than anticipating, but that's going to start racking up against him if it starts happening too many times. Right on board here with Alex Healey from his point of view. Yes, it looks like he tried to get it slowed up there as best as he could, but he just got into that corner just a little hotter than anticipated. Maybe David Brackett started getting on the brakes a little sooner than Alex Healey expected, and there you go. You see Healey give the big old bumperino, or punterino, as Jimmy Broadbent likes to say.
Please, no punterino, Jimmer. As David Brackett looks like, oh, Alex Healey was given an EOL. Alex
Healey, EOL, going to have to go back to the back of the field. He did move himself back up into that 6th position, though, man. He did get up there into 6th, started in 10th, was able to get back up into 6th, but now he's going to have to take that EOL and move back to the back of the field and have to work his way back up through it again. So we'll have to see if he has anything. And also, just to let y'all know, Alex Healey was in there, but we did not have access to his channel, so we were not able to.
Yeah, some of these drivers have private channels where, like, we can see them obviously with the roll, but they're private to where other people can't join them, you know, and stuff, just like that, to troll them and everything in the middle of their race. So it was one of those, we just didn't have the permissions for that exact channel. Jason went in, fixed it, and we can see it now. So we'll get a word with him here in a little bit, but we should be going back to racing in just a second. Looks like Healey had black flags cleared. We see a couple drivers getting some black flags cleared. We know here at Martinsville, the iRacing race control itself be a little bit tricky with giving black flags out, man. It can be a mess trying to race an officials here sometimes. Should file them back up here.
Yeah, the lights are off, so we're going to be going green here this next time by. Well, Daniel Worthington had a little bit of a blink there. We saw him go from the bottom of the track all the way up to the top, but it looks like he's got it situated back out. We're going to be going double file here. This is the 4th caution, 3 cautions, and 1 caution was the stage break. So here at lap 85, this is about to get really interesting. This is where things start heating up, Josh.
We're about to heat up for real. Lap 85 out of 150. We're getting into that segment of the race where everybody's now impatient. They just want to go. Doug Neal, Joey Doucette going to fire off here. Green flag back out. Chris Jason Bridges. He's been a sleeper here tonight. Last time I saw him, he was rolling 10th place. He's up here now going for P2 on the inside of Joey Doucette, and he's going to clear him. Looks like he's not going to clear him, actually. Joey going to get a little bit of run back, but here in the turn 3, Jason should be able to clear him. Big driving from the 60 on the outside. That's going to suffer his middle run speed. You're going to see the 34 get a little bit of a better fire off. They're going to be too wide here, but Joey has got a good drive into turn 1. I think turn 1 and 2 is where Joey is making up the time, but it looks like right now he might have gotten a little bit over ambitious. 34 is going to come back, but 16, man, he's getting good runs on that corner. It's just so hard to clear here.
Yeah, you see that 16 is trying to pinch down on that 34 to make it to where he has to get out of the gas just a little bit. Joey on that outside lane is not where he wants to be, but he's able to really pinch that 34 down. You see Joey is on a really big defense right now. And that just goes to show you. You see Doug Neal, he's already pulled off left, checked out, he's done. He's like, all right, guys, I'm in this clean air, I'm going to go. But now look at that. Robert Richards just got around Daniel Worthington. Robert's like, all right, guys, I'm tired of waiting back here. I'm going to get back around.
Let's see how long it takes Jason Bridges to get those big old pointy elbows out. We'll see if he's going to go up here and maybe put a little bit of a door swipe to the 16. I mean, once you get pinched down so much on that outside lane, eventually you just think, man, leave me alone. It's like that guy that keeps bullying you every day for your lunch money when you were young. You just want him to leave you alone. Eventually, you're just either going to let him go and do it, or you're going to fight back. And it looks like Jason's just going to let him go on by there. And now he's the victim on the outside lane having to work back. But he should be able to get back in here between the 48 and the 113. He is, and he's going to slide back in. He's going to sit in that 4th place. Still a good spot for him after being all the way back in 14th on the start of this race.
Yeah, Joey Doucette, though, he's already pulled a 2.5-second gap between Joey Doucette, and now Joey's like, okay, you know, he had that incident, he fell all the way back to 10th, and now he's back up here in 2nd place.
Richards.
But like I was about to say, Robert Richards is not going to wait behind him for too long. And look at that, Joey Doucette just pinched down on him, tried to force that 48 to get out of the gas just a little bit. But guess, you know, going back and looking, you don't want to be the incident on that outside, because that inside can really, like you said, Josh, it can push like a dump truck, and there's really nothing you can do.
Especially if you pinch down on some of these drivers too hard, you can see them get up on that curb. And when you get them up on that curb, I got to just say that's completely the outside driver's fault at that point. I mean, these guys know the limits of this racetrack. They know what they're doing. It's almost like those guys that, you know, really make me mad. Everybody does it, but it makes you mad when it happens to you when you're going down a straightaway and there's a car stopped or something. You get right up to the back bumper of it with a car following, and then you swerve out of the way and make him hit it. Yeah, it's kind of like that. You know it's not right, but you want to do it for the advantage.
Ron Morris Jr. have another incident.
Whoa, what? Alex Healey.
Oh, no. What just happened?
What the heck just happened?
Let's see. Maybe Logan Smith might have got loose coming out of the corner. See the 76 Ron Morris Jr. to the inside. It looks like that might have... Oh, that's what happened. He got caught in that corner wall. Let's see. Let's just see. Maybe Alex Healey might have done a little ambitious move there. See, he's going to the inside there, and yeah, Logan Smith pinched down. He was not having that, and then you see him get caught in that wall, and
it's not that Logan Smith pinched down; he was making the corner.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
At that point, that was the corner. You know. I mean, he didn't make the move to the inside till halfway past the start-finish line, almost.
Yeah, so
I'll give him the defense on the on the Taylor Peacock incident. That was just a straight racing incident. I think that one might have been a little bit over-ambitious.
Yeah, that
over-ambitious. Man, I can't say that word.
It looks like maybe Alex Healey might have just tried to dive down in there a little too hot, and that did not play out for him.
Well, with the EOLs, missing pit road, it just probably has been stressful on Healey, man. And I'm not trying to knock Healey or anything when I say, I have to lay the blame on him. I'm just saying, as seeing, we have to analyze the situation. So I hate having to say that, man, Alex Healey was kind of in the wrong there, but when you see it like that, sometimes it was a little bit of an over-ambitious move from him, and man, you hate to see it from him with all of the stress and everything he's probably going through in this race. Though he's just probably trying to put a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound at this point. It's really hard to bounce back from that, especially when you've got such a handful of laps, such a short track. I bet you it feels like time is flying for Alex Healey, man, and gravity just hit him real quick and put him back. After that wreck, I think he's going to realize that, man, if I'd have just slowed it down just a little bit, maybe waited to the backstretch, I could be still in this race. But at the same time, with all the other stuff that was going on with him, just probably a lot of stress in that race helmet. And you hate it for Alex, man. After the contact with Taylor, he probably already feels, a little bit, maybe guilty or not guilty for that. Just, how it is when you wreck with a fellow competitor, Chris. You don't feel the greatest. You don't like going out there and wrecking the people you're racing with, whether it be for the championship or not. That contact probably, shook him up a little bit. Then, him having to get through, miss his pit stall or miss pit road, come back through, black flags, EOLs, all in the last 30, 40 laps. It's probably been a whole heap of emotions in that 97 camp. And you see it right there come out on a driver when he's pushed to the wall, man. These guys will break, and they're going to try to make it back up. You hate to see it, but that's racing, baby. It gets to you sometimes like that. And I hate it for Alex, man. He's one of my more favorite drivers out on the track, not taking any bias, but, having a lot of conversations. We've talked with Alex. He just seems like a genuine guy, and you hate to see it happen to him, man. But that's racing. It doesn't matter how genuine or how nice you are, it's going to come out and get you.
Sometimes racing's just like that.
20 and 4th. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, we got two
another man's
hustlers.
trash. Another man's trash is another man's come up, Chris. That's racing for you, baby. There's no time to sit and cry about it up here in the booth. We've got more drivers out there going. Not that we're crying about it. I don't know
Look
why
at
I
that.
said
Bobby
that.
Hall Jr. up in that 5th spot. He was all the way back in 12th position here just on this last run. Green flag's out. Let's see. Big jump there from the 48. Blanchard got really loose out there. Robert Richards now on that pull in the lead. But look at that. David Brackett right behind him. That 29 of Travis Twitty in 3rd place. And then you see Akamai Proctor and Bobby Hall Jr. fighting on that inside and outside right there.
Neal is about to be so fast, it's unfunny. These guys have not taken tires since 81. Doug Neal just came down at 95 and took 4 tires of fuel. He's got himself close to set up towards the end of the race. Twitty pinching down hard on Bobby Hall Jr. It's probably the most action Twitty's had up here at Martinsville tonight. He's getting all over the place. Oh, he's going to allow Doug Neal to the inside. Twitty, I know Twitty so badly wants to go out there and probably put as much pressure as he can on these guys. But he just looks like he's trying to race his race. Oh, we got a wreck in the back. Who was that? I saw a white car hitting the fence. That's the 88 of Wes Wiggin. Looks like the green's going to stay out because he was on the tail end of the field. Did he get around on his own here? We know Wes has already had a tough night. It does look like he's... no, he's not. No, that was net code. That had to be a little bit of net code. It looked like the 19 did pull down a little bit, but they definitely didn't make contact enough, I don't think, to do what it did to Wes. It just looked like he got that net code bubble and it made contact.
Yeah,
you know, that looked like contact that the 19 would have held the
Doug
wheel.
Neal getting loose back there.
Yeah, Doug Neal got loose. He might be getting a little bit too hot on that wheel right now. Those fresh tires. Look at Joey Doucette making moves. He's to the inside. Mo Bet of Motorsports high side hustle. Akamai Proctor. He's rolled his way up into the top 10 tonight. After being the only man in the last session to now being the last man in this session, he's worked his way up into the top 10. Good to see Akamai. With all the adversity some of these drivers have gone through tonight, it's good to see a lot of these guys that have had adversity throughout the season prevail.
Yeah, it looks like, though, the 48 of Robert Richards is not getting any breaks right now. David Brackett's still all over that back bumper. Bobby Hall Jr. now moving his way up into that 3rd position. And Doug Neal, you know, he is really pushing right now, trying to make up as much time as he can. You know, Doug Neal is one of those drivers. He just, man, he can get out there and really just drive anything. You know, that 77 kind of reminds me of Matt Kemp in the Cup Series. You know, he just, no matter what happens to him, he always seems to find the front.
Seems to find a way, yeah.
Seems to find a way to the front.
And that's the thing about Matt. Nobody gives him a lot of credit, just like nobody gives Doug enough credit, I don't think, man. You know, last season, he was an absolute ace, dude. This season, he comes out and he turns into an absolute ace at the start of the season, has his mid-season struggles like some drivers do, and then out of nowhere, he's just cranked it back up, man. And look at Doug Neal. He's up here now, one of my favorites for the championship for this late run. But I got to say, Chris, Robert Richards, I'm not going to cut any of my drivers slack here tonight. Robert Richards, he's looking good too. I'm expecting to see a good battle here. And we've already got, what now, 2 drivers that were in that run for the championship 4 out?
Yeah, we've got
to get some big runs.
Yeah,
so
that would be Taylor Peacock.
It's slowly thinning itself out.
Taylor Peacock and Alex Healey, those were 2 drivers that were really battling for those positions. So now that 97, that 81, next week it's gonna be a no-go for them. You know, they can still race, like we say. That's why we try to tell everybody, hey, even if you're not racing for that championship, you're still racing.
Still race up to 5th in points.
Yeah, you're still racing up to 5th in points to get cash at the end of the season. So you're still racing for money, even if you don't win the championship. So, you know, and you get the if you win a race, you know, even like say if David Brackett, he's not in the championship play, but if he was to win, he gets money for this race. So you're still getting stuff out of it. So that's why
he can cash that out, go buy him a burger, or
pay for his
he
race
can just use it to race next week. That's what I love about iRacing.
That's what I love about the Bluegrass.
I could say.
Whoa, Travis Twitty's around.
Whoa, yeah, Twitty's around. Ron Morris Jr. and Twitty, but it looks like they're going to gather it back up here.
I'll have to go back and see what happened with Travis Twitty, man. That beautiful 29 Rise machine. Seen better days
rear
today.
door quarter panel damage. Did they update the models even more? The damage models? Because that is some rear quarter panel damage I've never seen before.
I think
usually, you know, it's just like looks like somebody took a baseball bat or ran it into a parking lot freaking light pole, and it's just all caved in. But it looks like there was multiple dents in that quarter panel.
It looks like
76 got loose on corner entry.
Yeah, he probably got on. You know, and this is probably going to be a brake bias problem here for that 76. He's probably got, you know, as you drive these race cars, you start bumping your brake bias up. He probably has it way too far in the front. You see the front end just locks up, the rear end gets loose underneath him, and the front just he gets into that, hits that curb, sends the 29 around. Man,
He
unfortunate
helped
for
him
Travis
getting him
20.
back straight right there. I mean, it would have been a lot bigger of a wreck to that rear race truck probably, but he knocked him back straight a little bit and just gave him some front splitter damage instead.
Yeah, but Travis 20 not out of it as long as he doesn't have Taylor Peacock damage.
Yeah,
and it doesn't look like does not look like he is limping around the track.
Chris, that's going to bring our whole field down from fourth place or fifth place on back. No, I lied. From it, eighth place on back. It looks like Doug Neal, Joey Doucette, Daniel Worthington, Jason Bridges, Ed Osborne, Christopher Blanchard, and Ron Morris Jr. all decided to stay out. But while we've got our field under caution here, we're going to take a moment to get a word from our sponsor. We're going to throw it to a side-by-side. We'll be right back with you.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
And we welcome you back from that LNS Custom side-by-side. You know, something I see in the chat is Taylor Peacock saying, stop rubbing it in, boys. Hey, Taylor, you know, I ain't trying to rub it in, brother. I promise you, man. You know, like we said, it was one of those things that, man, and we hate that it happened to anybody, you know. Doesn't matter who, you know, what it happens to, man. We hate that anybody gets wrecked out. We love all you guys. So, you know, like we said, Taylor, man, it's just, that was a terrible shot there at the, you know, the beginning of that, man. It's unfortunate, but hey, like we were saying, you know, racing's racing, man. It's just one of these things we got to deal with. But then, man, it's green flag about to come out. Doug Neal, look at that, Josh. Joey Doucette, that 34 of Jason Bridges on that outside of Daniel Worthington.
A lot of yellow banners right there, Chris.
A lot of yellow banners up in the front. Green flag's back out. Doug Neal out to a really good jump. But look at that, 4 cars right there in the front. 113 to Daniel Worthington. We saw him have a really good qualifying lap. We'll see if he can get it set up here again. I want to say that Daniel Worthington, in the first session, he did set the qualifying position, and then whenever we reset, that was he had a worse qualifying lap and started in, I want to say, 12th position.
Well, that was because 10 other cars didn't qualify too, and they had wrong qualifying setup, so probably just because everybody, and it looked like his lap time, I think, was better this time for qualifying, if I want to be correct. I'm not sure that I could be wrong on that, but I'm going to get back up here because, man, these guys are racing right now. Robert Richards has got to get his way through the field. He's on those fresh tires. He's got himself set up for this green flag run to be the best if we were to stay green for the rest of this race.
Ed Osborne looked like he was about to cut down there on that 48 of Robert Richards, but he was able to clean it up.
I say that, actually, Bobby Hall Jr. is in front of him on that same strategy.
Bobby Hall Jr., man, leaning all over that 34. Jason Bridges in the Gucci race suit over there. What we call him, the Gucci Bandit. That's what it is. Because he's wearing, what is it?
Gucci race suit.
He's wearing the Gucci race suit, yeah.
Man, really seeing that body movement in the trucks, man, I love it.
Yeah, I do love it as well. But, man, look at this, Josh. Doug Neal now got a 2nd and 3/10 over Joey Doucette. Maybe that little bit of damage is affecting that 16. Maybe not. Like we said, damage really not a factor here. As long as you have the RPMs and everything, you know, in the truck, you can pretty much keep it rolling here at Martinsville. It's all about, you know, whoa, 48 of Robert Richards around. Come on, get it slowed up, buddy. Oh, there you go. Woo. Looks like that might have just been a self-inflicted gunshot wound there from that 48.
That's exactly what happened. He just got on the loud pedal way too fast. He's driving it like a dirt car right there. He just swamped on her.
Whoa, Jason Bridges, man.
Had to pancake the wall a little bit, but he got by. That's all that matters.
Jason Bridges was definitely on top of that, though. We'll ride on board here with Jason Bridges. Just watch it from his point of view. So, you know, like Josh said, getting on the loud pedal just a little too hard, a little too fast. See him getting around. Oh, just, you know, just going up there, pancaking the wall, giving a little bit of a high five, saying, hey, I'm still here. And you saw Akamai Proctor getting around him. That was all I was worried about. I just didn't want to have a. I'm not. You know what? I'm not going to say it just so that way I don't say it, Taylor. But here, coming down pit lane, it looks like Ed Osborne, Blanchard, Jason Bridges, Ron Morris Jr., and Robert Richards down pit lane. So going to take some new tires for that 48, more than likely. Looks like Doug Neal, Joey Doucette, Daniel Worthington, Bobby Hall Jr. all staying out. David Brackett staying out. It's good to see Travis Twitty after that incident hit there with that 76. Ron Morris Jr., he's got himself still sitting in that 6th position. We know Twitty, he's got those triple screens now. We call him the triple screen bandit because he likes to always, every time he's talking to me, he loves to tell me he loves that triple screens, and I'm so glad that he loves it. But it's good to see Travis getting, you know, I told him that once he got him that he would start, he'd start being able to see a lot more things than he wasn't able to see. And I know he's got a lot bigger screens than me too, so he can see a hell lot more than I can. Right now, you know, we saw Doug Neal and Joey Doucette there, what, lap 2 or 3, getting a little bit into it. Do want to apologize.
It was the first lap.
Yeah, do want to apologize that I have not been talking to Facebook and YouTube. This has just been really focusing. I've been focusing on the racing, just watching where these points are. You know, like I said, Jason before the race was telling me, man, these points are going to be really close. This is, you know, Joey's got to basically win the race. And now that he's got Alex Healey and Taylor Peacock out of the way, that's going to help him a little bit because those were the 2 drivers that he really had to worry about. But he's got Daniel Worthington behind him as well, and Bobby Hall Jr. You know, Bobby Hall Jr., he's pretty much locked in. So you know, he won the race last week. Bobby Hall Jr.'s locked in. He does not have to worry about it. He is really just trying to get as many points as he can. Daniel Worthington, though, on the other hand, he needs to have a really good finish because actually he is tied for that 5th spot. So he has to finish 3 spots in front of Joey Doucette. So Joey Doucette would have to lose 3 spots to be able to lose that points position. Like I said, this is why I'm not really talking to chat, because I'm trying to watch the ticker and pay attention to who's wrecking and who's not and where the points are. So again, we do thank everybody out there on that YouTube and Facebook for coming and saying, I see Phoebe Talada saying, I see that green Ford creeping up the front. Well, he has creeped his way up to the front. Janet Bridges saying, good driving, Jason. He is doing an excellent job right now. And John Bradley Pill, we'd love to have you over on that YouTube, man.
It does look like the pace car is off. We are going to green flag racing here. Now, they hit the restart zone and the green flag, no. Robert Richards is under the non-machine of Akamai Proctor. '94 got on the gas too hard. Didn't that happen at North Wilkesboro? Man. Sounds like he just lit the tires up going through 2nd gear, and then when it sounds like he like no lift shifted, obviously with the sequential, and just stayed in the gas thinking it was going to grit back up, and it was already sliding through 2nd, and once he got it to 3rd, RPMs just kept climbing and climbing. It got sideways.
wonder if that's really going to affect the 48, though. It doesn't look like he has too much damage. I mean, he does have a really big shot to that front end. Oh, now that I go back and look at it, yeah, he has definitely got a lot of damage on that front end. But as long as he has RPMs, he should be fine. We know Robert Richards is fast, but you know, he's going to have to make up a lot of ground here. You know, and this is something that comes into play at a track like Martinsville. You know, you can say, how do these drivers spin those tires up like that? How do they do this? How do they do that? Sometimes these are, you know, you could be the world's best driver, and stuff like this just happens. That's you know, I've definitely done it before in official races. I've done it in league races. I've wrecked the entire field by accident just because I've spun the tires up.
Man, I've blown motors coming to the green flag on the first lap, going from second to first. I've done it all. I blew up at Pocono doing that. You know, when you downshift at Pocono to third.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have a bad G29 shifter, or G27 shifter, actually, that when you threw it up into third, it would hit first gear sometimes, even though it was clearly in third. Yeah, I've done it a lot. It happens. Sometimes, you know, even if it's not the driver trying to do it, equipment malfunctions. But 90% of the time, it's just the driver doing it. So we'll get back to racing here, though. You just hate to see stuff like that happen, man.
Well, like we said, though, Bobby Hall Jr. is locked in. So if you
yeah.
are a Bobby Hall Jr. fan, you do not have to worry about that 94. He is good. He is into the next round next week. He will be ready for sure at Charlotte next week. The caution lights are off. The pace car is out. Going to bring it back to green. Let's see if we can have a green flag start here. We're now missing a lot of trucks back there. Neal going to get off to a good jump, though. Let's see the 113 of Daniel Worthington on the inside of Joey Doucette. We'll see if that 113 is going to make a move here. Try to pinch up that 16, make him get out of the gas just a little
16
bit.
got up high. 113 is going to drive this through easy, Chris. 16 got really high on corner exit. 113 now into second place. Daniel Worthington had to finish. How many spots did Joey Doucette?
3.
3?
Yes.
Brake checking.
It has to be 3 positions.
Do something. Brake checking.
Oh, don't do that.
Action. No, I'm just kidding. That was just, you know, that little devil guy on my shoulder starting to talk to me.
No, we love Joey Doucette. We don't want that to happen.
No, I'm not talking about it. I was just saying anybody, you know. He's up there thinking, man, I got to do something to get this 16 3 spots back. Brake check him. I'm going to hit him into the barrels. I'm going to do something. He's thinking of every possibility he could possibly do. And whoa, the 76 almost just collected the 48.
Look at that.
Nah, there's no way. I'm just making a joke.
Whoa!
You know there, Chris. And
Jason Bridges.
34.
Jason Bridges into the wall. Green's going to stay out. Oh, no. It looks like that front end is lifted up just a little bit. Oh. That's a big shot there for the 34. We'll see if he can get it collected back under him. But look at that, Josh. Robert Richards on the outside of Blanchard. He's still moving his way up through the field, though. If that 34 does not have any damage to that car, as long as his steering wheel is straight and he has not lost any RPMs, I think he can make up some speed here, make up some time.
Yeah, but he's going to have to make it up in a hurry, Chris. We're coming up to 10 laps to go in the next 3 laps, dude. So
yeah.
This is tight. And Daniel Worthington, he's probably thinking, hey, I'm in a good spot right now. And then in the rearview mirror, you know, the Doom music intensifies because there's Joey Doucette right there, baby. He's sitting there thinking, I got to be 3 positions back. You know, there's so much that has to happen for Joey Doucette to really lose 3 spots right here. He's not 3 seconds up, almost 2 seconds up on Travis Whitty. So he's going to have to make some time here, Daniel Worthington. And if Daniel wins this race, even if Joey's still right behind him, he wouldn't be in.
I'm not sure. I'll have to get word from Jason at the end of the race, but it looks like David Brackett coming down pit lane. Nope, I take that back. Maybe had a little bit of a blink there. Yep, probably had a little bit of a blink. It said he came down pit lane. Or it have
to be like something Daniel Worthington win, Joey Doucette like finish 3rd or 4th, you know, like instead of 3 positions would have to be.
Yeah, that's
winner's like, okay, so yeah, 100% winner's locked in. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I couldn't remember. I know I couldn't remember if we did second round locked you in as well. So that's my apologies. That's just me not being the points nerd like you are.
Right now, we're still riding on, we're riding on board here with Daniel Worthington now. Looks like he's got a little bit of separation from Joey Doucette. 9 laps to go. So the flag guy now holding up the 8 to go. So we're going to be seeing that this race is going to be coming to an end here before too long. David Brackett, Ron Morris Jr. battling out back there for that position. You see Travis Twitty trying to hold on to that 4th position. He is trying to just get up there and get that 3rd position right now.
Jason's saying to me right now that the 113, based off position, these 3 guys all might be in, but Daniel Worthington is close. He was saying at first Daniel Worthington might be in with Alex Healey and all them being out, but now he then reiterated himself and said, I don't know, the 113 actually might not be in. So this is going to be absolutely close, Chris.
And you see now, it looks like the 113 is starting to close up to that 77. He might be trying to just burn that equipment up now. 6 to go. You just know you've got to do it. Hope there's not a caution. To answer your question, Bobby Hall Jr., I'm feeling perfect, buddy. Having a little bit of sickness and everything, but I'm feeling a lot better than I was previously. Thank you for asking, man. All right, this time by, it's going to be, this last time by, he was holding the 5 to go. We've now got the 4 to go. This is where if Daniel Worthington has to, he has to do it something here. He has to get in front of that 77 of Doug Neal if he wants to be able to get into this championship because like Jason said, he doesn't know if he's in yet.
So he should be good as long as he finished 7 positions, I think is what Jason said, ahead of Alex Healey. With Alex getting 10 points for the stage, he was 7 points behind because he only got 3 points for the stage. So I think he's saying 7 positions ahead, and Worthington should be good. With Healey in 14th, he should just have to finish 7th or more, I want to say. But I'm not going to completely quote everything that I just said because anything can change here, man. And, Twitty's around. Twitty's around. Oh, I didn't even realize it was the last 3, Chris. Green, white, checkered. Dude, I got completely lost in the laps. This is going to shake things up big time now.
Let's see. You see the 29 getting down into the corner. Let's see if... a little bump there from the 48. Oh, no, Robert Richards. Oh, no. Wonder if maybe had a little bit of a tire difference there. Yeah, Robert Richards on a little fresher tires than Travis Twitty. I wonder if Robert Richards wasn't expecting him to be that slow out of corner.
Travis Twitty probably feels like a punching bag right now.
See right there, he's got the fresher tires, so he's going to have a little bit better momentum, but there's really nothing you can do at that point. Once that car slows down in front of you and you get into that back bumper, it's hit or miss. You can either hit him or miss him, and it looks like he hit him. All right, well, while we've got these boys under caution, we're going to go ahead and throw it to one more L&S Custom side-by-side. That way we can go ahead and get this out of the way. One more commercial break, and we'll be right back. You won't miss any of the action.
Welcome you back from that LNS Custom side-by-side while our field is side-by-side. Green, white, checkered, Chris. We are racing. We're going to see who's going to get it done here. Is Daniel Worthington... White flag. White flag. Doug Neal, this race is official. Next flag will end it. As we see the 77 dive it off the 113, the 16, and then the 19 of Christopher Blanchard. It looks like we might have had a car go around. We did. We will stay rolling here. It was Wes Wiggin around in turn 1 and 2, but coming out of turn number 4, the 77 of Doug Neal is going to grab the checkered flag. Daniel Worthington second with Joey Doucette third. We're going to have to see the points. I want to say Worthington should make it in, but don't quote me on that. I'm going to let Jason be the guy to confirm all that for you guys. Or let him confirm it to me, and then I will confirm it. But congratulations, Doug Neal, man. What a freaking race from him. He has had a lot of adversity here tonight, you know, with him and the 16 and Joey Doucette. Those two guys, we know how well they work together. And, you know, they've been two drivers that have, you know, drove around each other all well, you know, well together. That's what I meant to say. Not work together, but, you know, work well together on the track, I guess you could say in a sense. But, you know, they got that little bit of issue there on the start. It's going to shake his night up a little bit, but all in all, he's going to do that Martin Truex, crush that right quarter panel because, you know, he's got something going on in that car that's suspicious. Wink, wink. So 94, 77, and we're thinking 113 and 16. 100% with that. Right now, we're thinking it's the 77, the 113, the 16, and the 94. But Jason said let him calculate his final points. We'll be...
Okay, so Doug Neal, Daniel Worthington, Joey Doucette, and
Bobby Hall
Jr.
He said that's like
Unofficial.
a 95%.
Unofficial.
He said that's like a 95% guesstimation. He's just got to get the final points in.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and pull up your race results. Excuse me.
As Doug Neal going to finish first here tonight. Daniel Worthington second. Chris, if you hear me go silent for a minute, I'm going to be listening to Jason if he comes over the radio. So if you want to pick up from where I left off, if that is the case. Joey Doucette going to finish third. That's going to round out your podium positions. Those three drivers could be your championship runners next week, alongside with that 94. Christopher Blanchard going to finish fourth with Jason Bridges fifth. Ed Osborne sixth. Seventh going to go to Ron Morris Jr. Eighth to Akamai Proctor. Good top 10 from Akamai. Ninth going to go to David Brackett. Robert Richards, unfortunately, going to finish 10th here tonight after his adversity. The 88 of Wes Wiggin going to finish 11th. 12th going to go to Travis Twitty. Bobby Hall Jr. locked into next week. He's going to finish 13th. Alex Healey, 14th. Logan T. Smith, 15th. Josh Lockwood, 16th. Josh Clemens, 17th. And Taylor Peacock going to round out your field in that 18th position. We will have your three post-race interviews here in just a moment. We just got to wait for Doug Neal and Joey Doucette, and we will get your post-race interviews going and have a word with those drivers. And, yeah, let's see before we get our interviews. I want to see if Jason – I know Jason's working with the points right here, so let's see if we can get a 100%, you know, clarification on who's making it in, or if that's going to take too long, we'll go ahead and grab your interviews here in just one moment. But, Chris, what an excellent race, man. I can't believe what we just saw here tonight. That was absolutely insane.
Yeah,
and the people that were biting their nails coming in, or the people that were biting their nails coming out, might be a little bit happy too on their way out.
Yeah, you know, unfortunate for Robert Richards. You know, he honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. It looked like that 48 machine was the car to beat. You know, that looked like Robert Richards was definitely one of the faster race trucks. Doug Neal was also a really fast race truck. You know, Alex Healey, you know, Taylor Peacock, also two really fast race trucks that just, you know, got caught up, wrong place, wrong time. You know, those things like that just happen. You know, that's what they call rubbing is racing. But, you know, like, that's just one of those things that, you know, you got to watch out for. Like I said, that's why I wasn't really watching chat too much. I was paying attention to the results, because that was, you know, that's how close it was. It was really close. So we'll go ahead, get those interviews done, and then we'll get Jason up here, give him a little couple of extra seconds to get that points going, but we'll go ahead and get those interviews rolling right now.
Yep, we know the 77 is 100% locked in, so we're going to go ahead and bring up your winner, Doug Neal, and have a word with him. If I can, man, Discord doesn't let me drag every time I say that. Doug, Neal, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. Do you got a copy, sir?
Got you, man. How's it going?
And I knew that was how that voice was going to come out tonight, man. I knew you were going to be excited, Doug.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
What's that?
Sorry about that. Let me move my mic a little bit closer. Said Doug, very excited to talk to you tonight, man. No, it was one of those races coming in. You guys had to be on y'all's A game. You come away with the victory. Doug, take us through all the adversity you had here tonight, man, and getting your way up there. You're going to be racing for a championship next week, man. Congratulations tonight.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it, man. I'm super excited about being able to race in the Final Four next week. Yeah, I just wanted to get stage points, so I tried to do the best I can to stay out of trouble there early and just get as much stage points as I could because the top points were really close there. And once we got stage points, Nate was like, "Man, drive it now." I said, "He goes, I think you can be in." I said, "All right." So I started driving hard then, and he made some good calls on the pit stop there, and we stayed out when a lot of people pit under one of those cautions, and we stayed out. Joy stayed out. I think maybe Worthington stayed out. I'm not sure. But then when that next caution came out, I thought everybody could make it at that point. When one of those last cautions came out, I forgot what lap it was on. But then Richards pit and Bobby Hall pit and somebody else pit right there. And I was like, man, I can't believe they're pitting. I figured they could make it from here. I guess they just went in for fresh tires. I don't know. But we stayed out. Nate kept saying stay out. He said, I think you're faster than all these guys on a long run. So he made some good calls, man. We pulled it off.
Yeah, y'all did, man. Starting from fifth here tonight. We know it's been a little bit of a tough mid-season here for you coming into the round of 16-12. We haven't really seen as much success from you guys, but it seems like I got the head back on the shoulder straight. We know Nate's been giving you some good calls up there in the tower, man. Good call to give you the go ahead and get up on that gas pedal. You did an excellent job, Doug. We kind of come to not expect it any less from you, dude. You've become one of those drivers that when we know it's your day, it's your day. And tonight you came out to show that. Doug, man, again, congratulations not
Thanks,
only
guys.
on the race win here tonight, but locking yourself in. You're going to be racing a great group of race trucks next week for that Final Four in that championship race. But, man, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout-outs, or anything, go ahead.
I just wish next week was on a short track. I'm pretty good on the short tracks, but those mile and a half, they're pretty tough on me sometimes. But I'll put in some practice this week and see what we can do. Just a shout out to Nate. Good calls as always. We had a good time this weekend. He came down to the race this weekend. We got hot passes and got to go in the garage and all that, man. It was awesome. And but thanks to him for all he's done, helped me out this year, making it into the Final Four. And my company Simbox, if anybody needs a Simbox or a button box for their rig, just hit me up on Facebook and I'll be glad to help you out, man. And you guys, Jason, as always, I say it every week, he does a hell of a job. He works his fanny off putting this thing together. And I mean, I know he put some long hours in to do all this. And you guys too, for always making good calls up there in the booth. You guys do a great job. And that's about it. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Heck yeah, well, we really appreciate the kind words, Doug. Appreciate you spending a little bit of time after what we know is a tough race here at the Paperclip. But man, congratulations, Doug, and we'll let you get that rolling into the Final Four celebration going and get you prepared for next week, Doug. So congratulations again, buddy, and enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll be seeing you soon.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Okay.
Thank you, man. We appreciate you.
All right, buddy.
And that was Doug Neal. Let me go. Do you want me to hop down here with Jason right quick just to make sure we're good on the points? Or he said anything to you? I know you and him sometimes message each other. Okay, let me hop down here with Jason right quick just to make sure. Okay, yeah, he said he's good on points. I'm going to go ahead and bring him up just to get the points ran through, and then we're going to go ahead with our last two interviews. Just want to make sure everybody's locked in before we say anything. Jason, Chris, and Josh, buddy, man, what a freaking race from Race Control. I know you had to see tonight, but I know you got those points. I wanted to let you get those out there before we got our final two interviews.
Yeah, let me go ahead and check it real quick. It's up right here. All right, so we know Bobby's locked in. Joey's locked in. Sorry, Doug's locked in. So we got, this is, wow. So top 4 tonight are going to be Doug Neal, Joey Doucette, Bobby Hall, and Alex Healey.
Oh, man.
Wow. 2 points, man. 2 points. That's the difference. Worthington was 2 points off tonight. If he would have finished 2 points ahead at the stage, it looks like he would have got him.
Oh man, that's why I wanted to have the interview with you guys, get the points ready, because I know this is going to be a tough one for Daniel Worthington here once we have to tell him. But man, that's a crazy shakeup in the points right there. I did not expect Alex Healey to walk out of here tonight, going into the championship 4. No,
honestly, I kind of, after when he wrecked, no, I didn't expect him to make it anymore. I thought that his night was, his chance was done. But according to Sim Racer Hub, let me double check everything and make sure here. Make sure I ain't messed something up.
Yeah, this sounds like we might have a crazy Final 4 here next week, and
he needed to finish 7 points ahead, and where Alex led a lap, that gave him a point. 10 at the stage. Yeah, Dan just didn't have enough, man.
Man, well, congratulations to Alex Healey. Bummer for Dan. Interviews here with our drivers, man. But thank you for getting those points for us. Do you got any final words for the Bluegrass stable before we get you out of here?
Just as always, appreciate L&S Customs, Kinder Performance Group, ButtKicker, Huffman Designs, Red Rocket Buildings and Barbecue, and Barber Ford for their support.
All right. Thank you, Jason, for all you do up there in the race control, man. Thank you for those points. And sure, we'll be talking to you tomorrow at some point, man.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring up Daniel Worthington. And, man, now I feel bad, Chris. I feel like I'm having to fire somebody right now or something. Daniel Worthington, Chris, and Josh up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I sure do, boys. I sure do.
Man, I'm sure you got the news. I'm not sure if you did or not yet, but it seems like you're not going to make the Final 4 by 2 freaking points, man. 2 freaking points.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I don't know how he's 32 laps down. And I don't know how this, I guess it is what it is. Congrats to Alex and the other 3. And yeah, I guess we'll move on from that. No putting our head down. We had a hell of a season.
Heck yeah, man. That's what we like to hear, Daniel. It's really easy for some of you guys to not some of you guys, I guess say anyone, to get their head down like that. And man, it's been a tough season for you guys, but you guys put on one hell of a show here tonight. I seriously thought too, after we saw Alex go out, that we were going to 100% see you, Doug, and Joey, obviously with Bobby, continue through. But a little bit of a shake up there, man. If he doesn't win the stage, or you just got 2 more positions there at the stage, we could be talking a different conversation here. But Daniel, man, we're not going to let you go out on just that little streak. We want to talk to you about the race, man, for a moment. We know it was a tough battle from you guys tonight. Do you think you guys definitely had the car under you to go out there, extend that race win, or do you think it would just might have been just a little bit too late there with that stage break or that caution coming out, the overtime and everything? Think you guys just didn't have the truck there at the end?
I think that caution definitely threw a wrench in the whole strategy and everything. I believe I was catching Doug down, but to pass him is another whole different ball game. So, I mean, we started 12th, we qualified crappy, and we just had to work our way up. And I get it, the whole teammate stuff. I mean, Logan was blocking me pretty bad. For I want to say it was for bridges there for stage points. I understand teammates, but yeah, it's a bummer we didn't make it to the next round. It was a hell of a race. Congrats to Doug. I mean, Joey, we all fought there. Good race at the end.
Well, man, I feel like Gordon Ramsay on one of those cooking shows sending you home because your dish wasn't good enough. But Daniel, man, I hate it to have to say that you're not going to be going into the Final 4 next week, man. It's been such a tough season from that 113 Ford camp. We've seen you guys have, tragedy. We've seen you guys have your ups, your downs, and all in all, you guys made one hell of a run, like you said. The 113 machine put on one hell of a show through the regular season and the championship season, and we're going to let you go out on that high of, finishing P2. Unfortunately, you're not going to make the Final Four, but Daniel, if you've got any final words, thoughts, or anything you want to let the fans know, or, your fans back home know, you're more than welcome to throw them out there. We'll let you get out of here tonight.
Yeah, I got to thank the team, definitely, Flex Motorsports, Wes, Bobby, Dakota. We got a hell of a, team on us. We try our hardest, try our best. I'm gonna try my best for Bobby. Hopefully he comes out with a championship for Flex. I got to thank Jason for putting this league on. He does a hell of a job. You guys broadcasting. Dakota to be my spotter the last few weeks. I got to thank RNS Button Box, Worthington Motorsports, Trevor for this killer wrap, the wife for letting me do this, and yeah, it's going to be a hard pill to swallow, but we're going to move on, and good luck to the Final Four and make it a good one.
Heck yeah, we like to hear the sportsmanship come right out there at the end, man. It's tough to say words like that after the a little bit of adversity comes away. But Daniel, we admire the hard work, man, that you've put on this season. We're excited to see your teammate go out there and race for the championship next week. We wish you were there with him, but Daniel, it's been a hell of a regular season and championship run for you, and we're glad that we got to see you almost get in tonight, man. But hopefully this isn't all we're going to see from the 113. And hey, man, again, congratulations on the hell of a fight throughout the season. And again, congratulations on, just the race you put on tonight to work through the adversity.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. How about we go win it next week and there? We'll put the icing on the cake.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, Daniel.
You guys have a good week. Be safe.
You too, buddy. And that was Daniel Worthington. You hear, keeping the head up even through the adversity, man. That's what you like to hear. Well, now we're going to go ahead and bring in Joey Doucette. I'm sure this interview will be a lot more positive-hearted, seeing as he knows he's going through. So we'll see how that 16. When I say positive-hearted, Daniel was very positive even through the adversity. Not going to take anything away from him, but you know what I mean. A little bit of a, more positive vibe going now that he's getting in the Final Four. Going to go ahead and bring in Joey Doucette. Stop making him wait. Joey Doucette, Chris and Josh up here in the Bluegrass booth. Do you got a copy, sir?
Yes, I got a copy, guys.
Man, Joey, well, like I was just saying a second ago, I felt like a boss having to fire a good employee just a minute ago. Now I feel like I'm, talking to somebody that's probably feeling very, very relieved after everything that's gone on tonight. You're going to walk away going into the championship next race, man. And you've got a chance at racing for the championship, Joey. An absolute horrid start to the race, man. Probably one of those that you don't want to look back and think about again. But you were able to bounce back, able to fight back. P3 here tonight, and you're rolling on to fight for the championship, Joey. How does it feel with all the adversity, man, to be able to take that one final breath and go, we made it?
Big relief. Yeah, you talked about that bad start. It was just horrible. The green flag didn't drop until basically we're right exactly at the line, and I just missed the shift and just got bumped in the end and went down. I thought I was done. And then it went back, and I saved it a little bit, fought back. But all in all, good night with a P3. I'm just happy now. I was a little nervous because Robbie was leading. If Robbie wins, I'm out, and Alex Healey's up there, and I'm battling to stay behind him, but trying to stay in that championship 4. And then I saw Alex Healey sucks that he got caught up in something and had to back out. Same thing with Taylor. Taylor was up there. He was battling, to get into the championship 4. Just them 3 guys right there just had crap luck at the end. And I'm just relieved that I made the Final 4.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to say tonight, man. I don't think enough, the fans can appreciate when we say that it's a difficult night for you guys, but when they hear it from a driver, I think it makes a little bit more sense knowing that it really was tough. You guys had a lot to look out for. Not only are you trying to make your corners, you've got to keep this guy behind you. You've got to make sure this guy doesn't finish in this many positions. There was so much going on the racetrack that you guys had to worry about that I just don't think that everybody knows how much stress really was going on inside that cockpit tonight. And Joey, you guys were able to keep your head straight and keep the truck clean. That seemed like one thing that was hard for a lot of guys to do tonight. And, other than, the first accident, we're going to act like that didn't happen when I just said that. But, other than that, you were able to bounce back, and really all in all, you put together a very solid race. You think maybe if you didn't have that first accident, you would have probably went up there and led some couple of these laps. You seemed like you had the truck to beat there in the qualifying, and it seemed like you had a very good handle on the race throughout race trim as well.
Yeah. If it wasn't for that accident, I think I could have led a couple of laps, maybe even one. But Doug was the class of the field tonight. And then when that last caution, Daniel Worthington got around me. But I mean, P3, I'll take it. But for the fans, even my teammates were like, just drive your race, because I was counting points in my head and being like, okay, I need to finish this above, Alex, or I need to finish this above Peacock, and so I was getting inside my head, and my teammates were like, no, just drive your race. Don't worry about the points. Just drive your race. Drive your race. And I eventually just, said, all right, I'll calm down. And it got me to a P3, so I'm happy.
Yeah, we could definitely see a little bit of the frustration getting in your head, whatever it was there early on. We definitely saw you overextending some corners, using that bumper up early a little bit, but overall, it seemed like once the cautions came out, you were able to smooth back down. And we saw the Joey Doucette everybody, loves to see race, a very calm, collected, and very talented driver around on the track. You were able to get yourself into just probably one of the closest Final Fours I've seen in a minute. And really any of the leagues we've had the opportunity of calling. This is probably the closest championship battle we've seen. And man, I love it. I can't wait for Charlotte next week. I know you boys are going to put on a show, but Joey, again, congratulations on third place here tonight, man. Congratulations on getting yourself in and, an opportunity to race for the championship next week. It all goes back to zero, and you four are the guys racing each other. So we're excited to see what you guys got next week. And Joey, if you've got any final words or anything for the fans, you're more than, or, shout outs as well. You're more than welcome to go ahead and throw all those out there, and we'll let you get on your way.
I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, it was definitely a tight battle. Closer than last year, I can tell you that. Well, actually not closer, because somebody that's not in the league anymore was tied, and that all went down. But I just want to thank No Sweat, Pulse Poppers, ButtKickers, Breams Bugs, Warrior Raps Racing, Amsoil, Misfits, Chris, Ed, Taylor. Robbie's usually in there with us, but he wasn't there tonight. My friends, my family, especially Doug. I mean, we're not on the team, but I go to him for advice, and he sets me up. He makes great button boxes. I just got a dash a couple weeks ago, and when I won Bristol, I didn't give him a shout out, and I felt bad. But his button boxes are really, really good. If you need a button box, hit up Doug Neal. So I appreciate you guys, Jason. If it wasn't for you guys, this league wouldn't be possible to run. So overall, I want to thank you guys and Jason, and that's it.
We appreciate you, man. We appreciate all the kind words. And man, we're very excited to see you guys go race at Charlotte. Again, congratulations, Joey. Get a little bit. Yeah, what's up?
Hopefully I bring home a W for that championship.
Oh, we know that would be sweet, man. We know that's what all you guys are very, very looking forward to. We're looking forward to all you boys got next week, but we're going to let you get out of here tonight, Joey. Again, congratulations, man. Go rest up and get back to practicing, and we'll see you next week racing for the championship.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you, buddy. You too. And that was our third and final interview. Well, man, such heartbreak for the 113, but Alex Healey is going to make it through by 2 stinking points. And I see all those drivers in the meeting right now, Chris. They're probably talking about it. I got Healey, Bobby Hall Jr., Worthington, Collins, Doucette, and Wiggin all sitting in the drivers meeting channel. And that's not really that typical after a Bluegrass race for these guys to really get in there. And, usually you only see that if dudes are hashing it out in their Discord, but these guys are very calm and collected like that. They usually don't do much like that, but seeing them all in there, they're probably just talking about what just went down. That was a crazy race, Chris. I really did not expect the truck race to give us that much emotion. And we were talking about how it was going to be so tight. Then we were like, oh, Daniel's probably going to get in. Woohoo, that's great. We might get in. And then all of a sudden, well, no, you're not getting in, buddy. Slow the roll. It's just how it happens. Break can come in seconds here in racing, and that's what happens. But we love to see all of our drivers make it through, man. We love to see all of our drivers make it to the finish line tonight. And if you didn't, hate it for it, but we're thankful for all of our fans, all of our sponsors over at LNS Customs, ButtKicker, Barber Ford, and Kidder Performance Group. And just want to say a big thank you to all of the fans once again. Chris, if you got to any final words before we let them go, you go and throw them out there. We're going to let these fans get on their way because they got to rest.
Yeah, like I said, just a big shout out to everybody out there on that Facebook, on the YouTube platform. You know, like I said, didn't really get to talk too much tonight because I was more paid attention to what was going on the track. You know, with all those points, there was everything going crazy. So we do appreciate everybody sitting out there on those on YouTube and Facebook. Also, big shout out to, like you said, Josh, LNS Customs, ButtKicker, Kinder Performance Group, and Barber Motorsports, you know, for giving us the opportunity to do this. I just want to say thank you to everybody for, everybody that's messaged me and asked me about my health. You know, I appreciate it. I just want everybody to know I am doing 300% better. Still having a little bit of stomach issues, but we're still good. Everything's better, so I do appreciate everybody. But, man, I cannot wait. I know I'm getting ahead. I can't wait for that Charlotte race next week, but the Xfinity's here tomorrow night. That's going to be even more fun. I cannot wait for that.
Exactly. So we're going to see you guys tomorrow night, 9 p.m. for the Xfinity. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, hit that like button on Facebook, share us out to your friends, and let them know about this Xfinity race going on tomorrow night. It's going to be one you don't want to miss. But again, thank you to everybody over on YouTube, over on Facebook, all of our sponsors. Thank you to Jason and the boys over at Bluegrass. We'll be seeing you tomorrow night for the Xfinity race here, 9 p.m. Do not miss. So good night, and we will see you then.